What's the most creative way you've seen someone get out of KP duty? Private Danny Walsh was scheduled for kitchen patrol every Friday for 6 weeks straight. Kid kept messing up inspections, showing up late, basically everything that gets you extra duty. Friday morning rolls around, Walsh doesn't show up to the mess hall. Sergeant Major's furious, sends MPs to drag him out of his bunk. They find his rack empty, gear gone, but here's the weird part. His dress uniform is laid out perfectly on his bed with a note. Gone to get married, back Monday. Sorry about KP. Everyone assumes he went AWOL. Full investigation launches. His squad leaders freaking out about losing a soldier. Company commanders talking court-martial. MPs put out a bolo alert. Meanwhile, Walsh is sitting in the base chapel, in civilian clothes, with a girl nobody's ever seen before. Chaplains performing an actual wedding ceremony. 2 witnesses from the personnel office. Everything completely legal and by the book. Turns out Walsh had been planning this for months. Met this girl online, been talking to her every night. She lived 3 hours away, drove down Friday morning. They'd already gotten the marriage license, filed all the paperwork with the county clerk. Here's the brilliant part. Military regulation says soldiers get 4 days emergency leave for immediate family emergencies. Wedding day counts as an emergency. New spouse definitely counts as immediate family. Walsh had submitted his leave request Thursday night through the proper channels. Routed it through his squad leader, platoon sergeant, first sergeant, all the way up to company commander. Filed it in the system, followed every protocol. But he submitted it at 11:58 p.m. Thursday. System didn't process it until Friday morning. By the time anyone saw it, he was already married and technically on authorized leave. Command was livid, but legally stuck. Walsh had followed regulations perfectly. Leave request was properly submitted and automatically approved by the system. Marriage certificate was legitimate. He wasn't AWOL, he was on emergency family leave. Monday morning, Walsh shows up with his new wife. Big smile on his face. Reporting for duty, sir. Had a family emergency this weekend. First sergeant's jaw hit the floor. What family emergency? Got married, first sergeant. Wife needed me to help move her stuff to base housing. Urgent family matter. The kicker? Walsh's new wife was a paralegal who specialized in military law. She'd helped him research every regulation, every loophole, every procedural requirement. Kid had basically gotten legal advice on how to outsmart the army. Command tried to find violations. Checked every form, every timestamp, every regulation Walsh had cited. Everything was perfect. He'd beaten the system using the system's own rules. But Walsh wasn't done. His wife immediately filed paperwork for base housing. Married soldiers get priority. She also applied for dependent benefits, commissary privileges, the whole package. Within a week, Walsh had moved off base, gotten a housing allowance, and was exempt from most extra duties because he had family responsibilities. No more random KP assignments. The story spread through the entire base. Other soldiers started asking Walsh for advice about military regulations. His wife started an informal legal help service for enlisted personnel. 6 months later, Walsh got promoted ahead of schedule. His efficiency reports were perfect. Turns out when you're not constantly on punishment duty, you can actually focus on being a good soldier. Command learned to be more careful about automatic leave approvals. They also started giving Walsh the good assignments. Better to have him working for you than against you. His wife became the unofficial base legal advisor, helped dozens of soldiers with paperwork, benefits claims, and understanding their rights under military law. The best part? Walsh and his wife are still married 15 years later. 2 kids, both military brats. He's a sergeant major now, she's a JAG officer.